have to go heavy, go ham on this mid lane pick leader.
You can put a Benedetta on Edward here.
Could. Oh, there's the Claude.
What did I say? I hate it when I'm right. Oh, wait, what?
What?
Where's the Benedetta?
Wait,
no,
is this
the Benedetta?
I was going to say, we had this happen in the regular season where it showed Khalid, but it was the Benedetta, so we'll have to wait.
So which is which?
Which is which?
It's Benedetta. It's written there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's a Benedetta.
Okay.
I take it back. I hate it when I'm right.
Rewind. All right, that's locked in.
Small.
Yeah, and the Claude, too, of course, being picked up here for Oheb, going against that Moskov. And now this last pick, what are we feeling from Minana?
Very
Still need a
heavy.
mid laner, gentlemen. And the Valentina is the last one left. No Faramis,
Yeah.
no Lo Yi,
No Novaria.
Lilia,
Not
no
even
Novaria,
Lilia, right? So
No Vex.
wow.
That's all that's left.
That is a tricky position Minana's in right now in terms
Put
of
the
mid
Val.
lane.
And then if you pick the Valentina, there's nothing to steal.
So Lancey, what's in your pool, man? What's in your pool?
Okay, that was definitely not what I was thinking.
Aurora.
Wait, Aurora, okay.
All right.
This has actually experienced a pick already here for a few teams already.
TNC Pro
Yeah,
Team.
TNC,
Used
right.
to rock it a lot in the
It
regular
was pretty
season.
good. Hatred played it
Optimistically speaking, it was pretty good.
on its own. Just on its own, right?
Yeah.
It didn't really mesh well with a comp. That's the problem.
In a vacuum, yes.
Yeah, so
If you think about it, the amount of CC here from MNNE EVOS is devastating.
Through the roof, actually.
Yeah, because you have Daytona's Welcome, you can lock down someone exactly when you want to, and then of course into the Glacier, into every other piece of CC you have available to you. So I feel like that's one of the biggest challenges that BLACKLIST International has to approach this. And I think that's why even the Claude works so great, because you can kind of go in and out, pull little Bobby tricks, if you will. But with that, I think it's really playing around the multitude of CC that's going to be thrown at BLACKLIST International if they want to go ahead and grab this first game victory here. So, all you watching in the chat right now, you really want to be able to establish your momentum if you're MNNE EVOS going forward here. And that starts with that first objective, that first hurdle.
Yep, not to mention that this is Sensui's Fredrin. I'm assuming that it's going to be rocking the support emblem, which will ensure it's nigh off cooldown dashes, much faster on the mechanics. And I think that's what explains BLACKLIST's lineup rating. Their laning potential so much higher because, again, there's more reliable damage across the board. Their mobility also much higher. And it's just easier for them to say, we'll do this at any point in the game. As for MNNE EVOS, there's at least 2 or 3 lines of communication and entry points for them to consider before things go their way.
And a lot of it actually does rely on really good shot calling.
Yeah.
To be fair, shot calling has always been the issue here for a lot of our teams.
Yeah.
Let's see if that's going to change here today.
Well, we're going to find out. The crowd is ready. We're here to kick off into the Champions Arena. It's the first match, an elimination match for BLACKLIST International and MNNE EVOS. Both teams getting situated in the jungle. And as we get ready for this, we'll have to keep track of these rotations, things getting settled in on the jungle specifically. And real quick too, we'll take a look at the emblems in just a second to see if anything sticks out. But Sensui, hey, he's rocking the Concussive Blast this time around.
Yep, Concussive Blast with let me hold my tongue there. It's actually a tank, Fredrin, with Thrill. So he's trying to make up for the lack of cooldown with just reliable damage early on.
And that can work, actually. Pure damage, every one of your shots can do a lot more. Kirk with a kill, though.
Kirk!
Whoa!
Pulled the full combo!
Man, Kirk. Leading into this, I was like, if MNNE EVOS wants to get the momentum going, they can start it with the first hurdle. They did it before that.
Stone Cold Kirk. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not so sure if you caught the player cam as that solo kill happened, but Kirk just sat into his chair after that kill on Agent Zero.
Wow. All right. That's the best start you can expect for that Yuzhong matchup. Obviously, Yuzhong not so great if he actually gets, not yet ramping here, especially without Dragon Form. But you know what? That was interesting. How that start, we'll see. For later on, though, as we do see the majority of MNNE players going up on top side.
Oh, man, this early on, not even with the turtle spawning. MNNE EVOS already going for the Ube. So this is how they're going to try to expedite that whole communication line issue. They're just going to always be going on Ube mode.
Yeah, that's a shade. Oh!
3-man knockup here, and the follow-up is disrupted. It is massive right now. Obviously, with a little bit of time being bought here, and a kill being picked up as well for MNNE EVOS. It's a 1-for-1, or 2-for-1 rather. It's going to be a turtle advantage, though.
That's the shades of Ube we're talking about and still going.
There you go, just non-stop action, and there you go. That's a crowd control available for them, but it's all just that. Crowd control, no damage follow-up. That is Turtle going over the blacklist.
Oh my goodness. What a start. A little messy, a little chaotic, but wow, Leo.
I was just going to say, of all of the members of Blacklist in the first minute of the game, the one that can really afford the death would be Edward, because the rest of Blacklist would be rotating up anyways. And that gave MINANE EVOS, I reckon, in my reading of the situation, a false sense of security. They thought they could Ube their way, finesse their way into an early position, and Blacklist says, nah, fam, check it out. We've been doing Ube since 2021, and they got it right there.
That's actually a pretty good timing because some of the members of MNNE were not level 4 yet.
Yeah.
So they timed it perfectly, or they saw an opportunity, and they went for it.
That's right. They thought they got it, but Blacklist read the room and saw the entry point, and now they're sitting at a 500 gold lead. MNNE EVOS now in recovery mode. That does not mean that this the second Lord in a minute is just clearly Blacklist.
Yeah.
I think MNNE EVOS can still contest, but the key is they gotta start checking themselves, man. Check these bushes.
And you see that item pickup already from Edward has that halberd available now.
Oh
so
boy.
you know he was the first blood to MNNE. Then he gets 2 kills out of the last exchange, and now he has solved the deal, the problem at least, with that early sustainability provided from Spider Miles.
Solve the problem. He became the problem.
Yeah. So now, for MNNE EVOS, that is tough to deal with in this early portion of the game. Look at the matchup too, just between the Frederick and the Barretts here. Obviously, highly in favor of the Chad of the Land of Dawn, Frederick.
Yep, truth be told, the Appraiser has been the most winningest hero for the better part of the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yep, and this stat is going to be true for most matchups. But wait, check it out.
If there's so many nerfs right now, though, it is going to be Sensui in trouble here. Played around with the Pride of Ice, and now Edward has to make his way out. Or will he? Are you trapped here with me, or am I trapped here with you? Or have that the other way around. So right now, obviously MNNE fighting back, showing at least they have some fight in them.
Okay, so they at least get Sensui down from that. You know, still whittling down the gold a little bit. It wasn't anything crazy to begin with, but now that this objective is up, the turtle is up here.
Well, how long did it take?
Yeah, that's true.
And how many heroes did they send?
Good point.
You know, anything is better than nothing for MNNE EVOS at this point because of how that last exchange went minutes ago. So they're going to go ahead and start up this turtle. Both teams getting in position. You can already see Kaizen making his way as well.
Ooh.
We'll see if they get in this position. Domeng and Oheb just farming up.
Key pickups on the mid laners. Yue had just picked up a necklace of Durans. So you're going to stop Kirk, you're going to stop Miles, even Kaizen from getting some healing on. And then you'll check out Lancey, first pick up the Queen's Wings. So he knows that he has to be the target more often than not. So he has 2 layers now of protection from aggression. That shield and that passive. But look at that, Blacklist finessing a free turtle.
Queenswix actually could really come in clutch later, and sometimes that's something that you don't really expect, especially if you're screaming 1v1.
Yeah.
You're right, that could be deadly, and this could be massive here.
Yeah, it's a good start, especially that first item, because really for Lancey, you want to just go ahead and get the freeze off if you can, and then drop the ultimate. Try to freeze down as much as you can. Okay, they're not going to. Oh, hold on, he's going for Haji.
Charges straight for it, and of course the stun is going to come in clutch. Good freezing coming in from MNNE, and the damage is true. Not even Haji can withstand it. And Sensui falling soon as well. Kirk with a double kill.
Man, MNNE EVOS striking back here, and yes, Kirk back on the board with this Yuzhong. What a setup and play there from MNNE.
Nothing comes for free. They win the fight, but they lose the battle up top. Agent Zero was just finessing his way into a turret take, setting up another amazing turtle for Blacks International. That's the long lane. Edward has been living in the long lane ever since he won the Season 7 championship. They pioneered the Lord Dance. So now you're going to see them take control of the lower lane too. Oh,
that is a lot of gold going to their pockets. What will MNNE do in response though? They're getting ready to set up a fight maybe. But don't forget, Blacklist also has a free man unit that's quite strong with crowd control, and they can get even an internal guard on their side.
This is funny because, you know, both teams have their own forms of Ube here. This is like the most action Ube playstyle has seen early on, I feel like. For the most part, like usually it's a slow kind of build up. Hold on, Kirk.
Oh, Kirk is fighting. And Edward just taking him easily. 1v1, mano y mano, no problemo here.
Wait, he had ult, but he just, what, he wouldn't be able to get away with the dragon form?
He had ult and he had petrify. That is an interesting turn of events.
Yeah, slow down a bit here, and nom 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 goes the dinosaur here. Kaizen fighting off again. That crowd control we're talking about here. MNNE really coming in strong here. But here comes Oheb with that blazing duet, just tearing it up quite easily here for Blacklist. And that's another tower down. So much gold inside of the agents.
Okay, in that very engagement, wherein you could have sworn MINANA EVOS was ahead. They had 2 turrets sandwiching Blacklist International and their coalition. It's a matter of reliable damage now. Yes, there was an amazing Minoan Fury, but was the damage going to the right target? Sensui could have died. Sensui was frozen for a good solid second and a half, but no one was hitting him. And that's because Doming was down bottom. Doming was pushing. So now MINANA EVOS are clearly behind. For the first time, I think, in this 8-minute bout, I'm going to say now MINANA EVOS have some thinking to do.
Yeah, and I think even when you look real quick at just how both roams are doing here, you see that a lot of the heals going for Spider Miles, but the time control, that crowd control coming out from Haji with this Edith pick is paying dividends so far in these skirmishes, in these team fights. And so we'll see how the adjustments come through. MINANA EVOS, the fact that they are just working on getting space across the map. Oh, Edward.
Oh, that combo with the Petrify, the Electro final blow here could have actually gone a lot done. Right now, with the support of Spider Miles, he will be fine. And they're going for the re-engage. Great stun here coming in from Doming. No assist whatsoever needed. But look at that, the bottom lane being pushed again by Blacklist, man.
Ooh, it looks like they want to go straight for the jugular, want to pierce that bottom lane inhibitor. But just the same, Blacklist is going to lose that top lane tier 1. Interestingly, the map is rubber banding. The map is going back and forth. Oh, Doming!
Very heavily. Doming now uncontested. Haji can't really do much here. Sensui trying to make sure his presence is known, maybe to try to attempt a hit here, but no. You went close by, Oheb. You're going to reset.
So with that, they get ready. They prepped and ready for this Lord. I would say MINANA EVOS did the best they could given the situation to go ahead and try to set things up. So they're in a good position to dance for this Lord here because we know Blacklist International is going to want to go ahead and start that up and see how things go. You're seeing the breakdown here too between the gold laners falling into place. Now, positioning-wise, I feel like this is really where Doming on this Moskov is going to be crucial. He can actually go ahead and sit on one of these side lanes for now while the team starts up that Lord dance and then go ahead and spear his way into the fight, but that comes with a risk as well.
Yeah, again, the ever present question is, what if I miss?
What if I miss?
You can't just throw the spear of destruction willy-nilly and then hope for the best. But again, that's where Spider Miles will now come into play. He has the aim his marksman. Weirdly enough, you aim Moskov, you aim Doming into a direction and make calls 10, 15 seconds into the future. That's what MINANA EVOS is doing now, and that's what's allowing them to keep this gold lead from Blacklist down to a minimum, a manageable 800,000 gold ahead.
I wonder what that call sounds like. All right, Doming, it's a little southeast, northwest.
Southeast.
Northwest of here, throw the spear.
I mean, play-wise, right? Like, all right, we're going for this, we're going diving here, where we're going to be holding this out, throw it now, you know? It's more about when and where.
We'll see if that plays out. Once again, both teams holding on to this Lord dance. No one wants to commit just yet. And this, honestly, for MINANA EVOS is going to help them kind of build up some of that gold, get to the items that they need, of course, for it. But the positioning, the CC that's going to be thrown by MINANA EVOS is what's crucial here that Blacklist International avoids, and that's why they're taking this so slowly. They want to build up, and there's a big pickup, too, for Spider Miles, getting that Flask of the Oasis now.
Oh, nice knock up here again. I don't know what the answer is going to be, but there is a back attack here. Minoan Fury, a lot of people in the air, but they had the damage just not quite there. Oheb with the damage, and there you go. He's shut down by Doming. Doming's going crazy right now. Not from the Lord! Not from the Lord, man! That Lord assist was huge, and Sensui gets it. What the heck just happened there?
The Lord happened. Blacklist International timed it well, and now Lancey's the only one left.
Oh my, what a disaster!
Oh man, what looks like a great setup for MINANA EVOS, and even Doming coming in unleashing, but then Trouble struck.
Watch this replay. Oh my
It
god.
was almost perfect. MINANE EVOS almost wiped out BLACKLIST International. Again, the whole spear of destruction play, the last-minute entry by Doming almost paid off. But
Yeah.
check this out right here.
Look at
3,
it.
2,
Slow down.
1.
Oh god.
Like
Little
a,
did they know Lord was on Blacklist side.
like a trampoline. No, to be fair, I think BLACKLIST had some level of control there
Yeah.
because they spaced out their members. They made sure that whoever was going to get jumped by Lord was okay to die, and then the rest would collapse on the collateral from MINANE EVOS. That was amazing. Great work by BLACKLIST here.
Yeah, great positioning there and to deal with that. So given that whole exchange, they're going to get these tier 2 turrets down. Lord was already taken care of by MNNE EVOS. They should be able to clear lanes pretty well with this lineup here. So for BLACKLIST International, they just have to be happy with what they were able to get themselves and play around this gold lead now that they've secured.
At the very least, you know what? MNNE EVOS don't need to panic too much because Moscow scales so well.
Yeah.
They can drag this out to 20 minutes. They'll be fine for sure.
Yep. Again, going off of that tangent of wiping the waves and controlling the map, MNNE EVOS is okay. MNNE EVOS can actually do that. Worst case scenario, there's a threat of a penetration at 15 or 16. That's the worst case scenario.
As long as they don't get wiped out, maybe.
Yeah,
you know?
best case, Doming is able to work the side lanes, get a split push in, and then even try that same play again as they did from the Lord. Because again, it looks like it worked. All they needed to do was not get jumped.
Yeah.
Actually looks so good. Yeah.
But they're so good at that Lord, and they're so good at that Lord fight. We saw shades of BLACKLIST doing this in week 1, 2, and 3 of the regular season.
Yep.
And now it looks like they're back in shape.
They're back in shape, and you saw what they were able to get off that Lord advantage. Getting the space, getting the gold, and for MNNE EVOS, you even saw how much damage Doming has done when he's compared, of course, over here to Oheb. Now, Oheb, it's a little bit harder because obviously you're just trying to get those stacks and then go in with that Blazing Duet, BMI on out of there. Doming's positioning is so much more crucial, especially if he's using that Spear of Destruction, and then, of course, the Inspire, but the amount of damage that he can put out in such a small amount of time is massive. But this is, again, against these heroes like what Haji has on this Edith, Sensui even, they're quite tanky. They're quite durable.
That's true.
And so that's part of the thing. Oh, no, Doming. Okay.
Oh,
wait,
boy.
hold up.
Oh boy.
All right, he's fine. He senses it.
He sensed it.
This is just game sense. This is game IQ.
That's
Again,
right.
you don't make it to the Champions Arena without having to cut your teeth, all right?
Cut your teeth.
It's a,
Cut your
it's a saying.
Is
It's
it?
a- I think.
Wow.
I heard my mom say it one time when I was like 6. Anyways, looking at this one more time again, the long lane worked here by Yue and Edward,
Yeah.
while Doming here just trusting his sixth sense, knows that something is amiss. Because again, look at the map. All you can see in the map is actually Sensui, right? That's it. So I guess MNNE EVOS, again, if there's something that you can trust with them, is their communication.
Yeah, the shot calling to stay on your toes, Doming. Right? Don't
Don't do it.
do it. Don't overextend. Obviously, they're still
Yes.
waiting there as well, Yue and Edward.
That's, 'cause
That's the information.
As strong as Doming is, he can only deal damage to 1 to 2 targets at a time. So if you get caught out, like
Yep.
there's only so much you can do. You can dash out once,
Yep.
and then just throw auto attacks in the middle.
Yeah, something else to note is we haven't really seen Kirk do much in the past, what,
Oh, yeah.
6 or 7 minutes?
That's true.
We need to see Kirk do amazing things, and that's going to come off the back of, I reckon,
Oh, no.
an early...
Oh, Haji missed it out. That was a massive use of the flicker here. And that could be something that MINANA can use here in the coming Lord fights. They know it's coming. They can buy a few more seconds. I think
Doming timing, man. That's what I like to call athletic. He didn't need the flicker, though.
reaction time.
Yep,
Reaction
that's,
time.
That's brains and bronze right there. He saw it coming and he acted on it. Real quick, Kirk needs to come in with a preemptive Black Dragon form, a PBDF. If he
I'm
gets,
not even going to try.
if
Yeah,
he
that's-
gets it down, it's
Yeah.
going to throw off Blacklist timing. It's been a while since we've seen MNNE EVOS start a fight and actually win it.
That's true. And so with that, you can see the positioning still happening here. MNNE EVOS respecting the lead that Blacklist does have. Even though that Haji doesn't have this flicker available to jump in with the onwards, they still have to keep them at bay, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Another one that could have been problematic here.
There's Kirk.
Obviously, there's going to be a good freeze here for Sensui. Kirk going in. He's looking for trouble here, and he's the one who got found. Oheb can't go in. Blazing Duet already used up. Low HP on their marksman, and now it's Doming who seems like he's ready to take these fights.
All right, free kill for BLCK International. And it looks like MNNE EVOS does not want to leave the scene. This might actually be to their detriment.
Oh no!
Dominant 1v1 with Edward and Agent Zero coming out on top. And here's more. Blacklist are hungry for more here. Haji up on front. Sensui taking that Lord. Looking really good. Blacklist are right now 7K gold lead.
Abort mission.
Just when he thought he was safe, here comes Agent Zero. Able to get him out, and he just gets the Wind of Nature too for this, because now they have to deal with that, right? This is a massive momentum move for BLACKLIST International. Lord going down that mid side, and they'll have to defend against this. Again, their clear is pretty good as long as Domeng isn't pressured too much. Oh, Daytona's welcome.
Oh, it's MINANA's time to pressure now, and they are going to be able to take out Edward, at least for now. Immortality is there with her transit just for good measure, and able to walk on out of there with the eye for an eye. Oh, another one, good follow-up with Spear Destruction, but will not be enough to take the kill because everyone is up on the base.
He's got to clear, they go in.
Gotta go in here with Millen Fury at the back of Spider Miles, but the damage is already done here. Blacklist going hard alongside the Lord. Kirk on the back, trying to do as much as he can, but it's all for nil, as it will be a Blacklist game number 1. It's looking like it. They are damaging as much as they can. They're holding it off.
What?
The minions are alive. They cleared!
Oh, they cleared it!
That could have been massive. Wait a second!
And BLACKLIST International will take game number 1 in this first best of 5 against MNNE EVOS.
All right, this all began